What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Auto Auction Rebuilds, where today we are at Maaco Paint and Collision. This is right off of I-240 Service Road here in Oklahoma City, and I got something for you today. I got something for you. Look, the Jetta is back. Yeah, man, and she looks good. I told you we were going to show you what a, well, technically it's a $500 paint job. All right, $480 is what it came out to. That was tax, everything included, $480. There she is. She's done. Now, is it a perfect paint job? No, of course not for 500 bucks. But let me tell you something, I honestly didn't expect it to look this good for $500. I expected there was going to be a lot of overspray, some really harsh tape lines. I'm shocked. I mean, this is beyond anything I expected for $480. Now, in case you guys don't remember what it looked like, let's roll that footage right now. So here's the day we got it, right? And as you can see, she was rough. There's a lot of clear coat peeling, a lot of paint just falling off everywhere. The car absolutely looked horrible. And while it may not look perfect today, it still has all of its hail dings. At least it's got one solid coat of paint. She was a rough car, and she's still a little on the rough side, but it looks a heck of a lot better than it did when we picked it up. Now, we got a little bit more work to do to it. I'm going to show you this. Like, they did a really good job taping it off. You know, sometimes you worry that they're going to paint everything, and they didn't. I mean, they did a phenomenal job on this, guys. They really did. My tires aren't painted. You know, the fender liners aren't painted. I don't know how well you can see in there, but I mean, they did a magnificent job on this. Now, the paint isn't exactly the color that it used to be. Now, we still got to do a full detail on this. The interior of this thing is still absolutely dirty, nasty. I'm going to get it steam cleaned and everything. Hopefully we can get the steam cleaning done tomorrow or so and get that windshield replaced, and then I'm sending it. I'm sending it like it is down to Weird Beard for sale, but it's got to get a heck of a detail. Here is the difference. All right, here's the original color right here on this pillar, and here's the color that they painted it. So the shade is off some. I mean, in fact, it's off a bit, but I'll be honest with you. There you go. Here's an easier way of looking at it. Here is the original color. Here is the new color. I'm not upset about it. Look at the, look at this. There's a little bit of, I mean, you got to really dig in with the camera to see it, guys. But this is phenomenal. They did a phenomenal job taping this off. Really. They did great. They did great. I am more than satisfied with this. You're not going to beat this for 500 bucks, okay? We took an old car that had a crappy paint job and just looked rough as hell. We get these headlights polished. We got a new paint job, get that windshield replaced, get the interior detailed. We put some hubcaps on it, and here we go. This is what it is. Like I said, we still got the dings. We got a little bit of overspray right here. All right, right here. Just a tad. What do you expect for $480, guys? This is literally a sub $500 paint job. And like I said, I know we still got hail dings, but they're harder to see. They're a lot harder to see now that the paint is all the same color and fresh and shiny. I do believe Maaco just gained themselves a new customer. Turnaround time on this car was 2 weeks. Literally 2 weeks, I believe. We dropped off on the 15th, and today, I don't know what time you see this video, but today is the 29th. So 15 to 25 is 10. Yeah, so literally it was 14 days. 2 weeks turnaround from drop-off date to pickup date, and she looks great. We got that turbo diesel. We got a couple minor things we're going to do to it in this video as well. We're going to change the coolant, the thermostat, and the coolant temperature sensor. Hopefully we get the windshield replaced today as well, interior detailed today as well, and we'll have all this done for you in one video. All right. So I did a couple things without you because, come on now, you don't need me to show you how to take a hose off of the thermostat housing, right? Thermostat housing is down there. I don't even know if I can get this thing far enough in there for you to see it, but there she is. There she is, right there. That's the thermostat housing. We're about to take that off and find out if there's even a thermostat in it, because this thing runs ice cold. The thermostat, or the coolant temp sensor, sits way back here, and there ain't no way I'm gonna be able to get the camera in there for you guys. But it looks like there's just, I already took this little clip out with a screwdriver, and I've got a new clip. I got all the new parts over here. We got a new coolant temp sensor. I'm gonna be very careful not to drop any of this. We got a new clip. We got a new thermostat gasket, new thermostat housing bolts, new thermostat housing with the new gasket there. And this is the thermostat housing that actually you can lock your thermostat into so it doesn't fall out all the time. This is the antifreeze that ID Parts said I required. It's ROWE, 1 gallon, high tech, made in Germany, poison. So hopefully this is the right coolant for this vehicle, and we're gonna jump in. I've kind of cheated on this one because I don't want to bore you guys with some of the smaller details here, like taking a hose off or something. I just want to get down to the nitty gritty. We're going to replace these parts, and then we're going to find out, you know, was this the problem? Does it run properly now? Or you know, does it have some other problem? But either way, I am about done with this Volkswagen Jetta, and any other issues that it may have or experience, they're just going to end up having to be somebody else's issues, because I have done a ton to it to make it a much nicer car than what it was. I did check the timing belt earlier. It's got a really nice timing belt inspection cover right here, and the timing belt, while it's obviously old, the timing belt truthfully doesn't look that bad. Not bad at all. So here's the thermostat housing that I just got off of here. And I'm going to remember it went on that way in case it's directional. There is a thermostat in there, so that's good news. That's good news. So I'm going to guess that either the thermostat has failed sticking into the open position. Boy, that thermostat is in there too. Wow. But she don't want to come out. I'm going to have to fight with that. So either the thermostat has failed, or the thermostat's fine and it truly was just the coolant temp sensor all along. But I wasn't taking any chances on this. I ordered all the parts. We're going to do all of it. Thermostat, the housing, the bolts, and the temp sensor, just to make sure we solve this problem. I'm going to fight with this thermostat a little more. We'll see what it looks like when I pull it out. Well, looks like this wasn't the problem, and this wasn't what we needed to replace, so this is just an extra, I guess. The thermostat is not stuck open. You can clearly see the thermostat is closed. This was not the issue, which sucks because that's extra work that didn't need to be done, but I mean, it's done now. So we'll go ahead and replace that thermostat and housing and everything. It looks like it really was the coolant temp sensor the whole time. One little sensor probably causing all these issues. So I've already pulled the sensor out of its housing. It's sitting right here now. My hand is on. I just got to get it disconnected from its little clip. And then we'll bolt this baby back together. We'll clear the codes. Fingers crossed, it's going to run like a dream. Honestly, I hate even getting rid of it, but I do think it's time to get it down to Weird Beard. I don't have room for it here. I personally love the Dart more than this one anyway. So I think it's time to get this put together and get it out of here. Let's button it up. Let's find out if this solves our problem. We'll even use our new scan tool to clear the codes in this. Let's try it out. So before I go too far, I just wanted to show, here's the new thermostat. Here's the new thermostat housing. We've got the new O-ring on it. These are legit locking thermostats. This housing is awesome, man. Otherwise, you'd be fighting with this. You'd be fighting with that gasket. And it looks like the way it is here, you got your O-ring and everything in there. We'll lube it up just a little bit with probably just some antifreeze out of the block or something. And this should just slide right in, bolt it on, and plug the hose back on. And that's it for the thermostat. Easy enough. All right. So check this out. The antifreeze that came out of this, orange and purple. Antifreeze that came out of the block was purple. Antifreeze that came out of the radiator was orange. So yeah, very interesting. Here's the old thermostat, which I already showed you guys. And here is the old coolant temp sensor. And I did have to use a pick to get in there and get the there we go. Good idea, Tim. to get the old gasket out. That sucker was stuck in there. So here's the new sensor, the new gasket. This we can toss because we actually got double those gaskets. So it's pretty simple. This should have been the issue the whole time. So we're going to put this in. We're going to put the right coolant in it and clear the codes. We'll fire it up. What do you think? Before this video continues, do you think this sensor is going to make this thing run better? Because it was idling like dog crap. Now, when you hit the gas and take off, it drove just fine. It was solid, plenty of power, doing well. Fuel economy, not so good, considering this is supposed to get like 45 city and 50 highway or something like that. But I think this is the problem. Cross your fingers. Let's find out right now. All right, so it's kind of do or die time. It's interesting because the stuff in this bottle looks purple, but when you pour it in here, I mean, it looks purple here, but as you're pouring it, it looks orange. Very confusing fluid here. It literally, when you're pouring, it looks orange, but when it's settled in its container like this, it's kind of purplish on the outside. When you look at it from here, though, it looks orange. It's very confusing. Now, we got all the parts in. We haven't started yet. We got to clear the codes, and then we're going to fire it up. So let's do that now. All right, so I have plugged my little Altel Bluetooth adapter into the OBD2 port, turned the ignition on. Bluetooth connected, got a blue light. We're gonna go on the screen here and click diagnose. Let's get this down here where it's hopefully a little bit more out of the light. And let's look for Volkswagen right here. My first time using this. Disclaimer to use product and software. Let's click accept. All right, loading diagnostic information. Let's do automatically select. Enter the VIN. Heck no, let's see if we can just read the VIN. Reading VIN, let's see if it'll do it. Now this is an older car. I think it's an 03 or something. We'll see if she's capable. All right, looks like we read the VIN. I'm gonna hit OK. Decoding vehicle information. I know this sucks because there's just, no matter where I go, there's light everywhere. It looks like Jetta, USA, Canadian. I don't know what the difference is for these. Let's go sedan. And this is the ALH 1.9. Let's do an auto scan, establishing connection. And we're checking out the engine control module right now. We'll let it do its thing. This may take a while. We'll come back and see what codes are stored because I haven't cleared the codes or anything in quite a while. 2 faults. All right, so while this probably doesn't come out the best because I just can't seem to hide from the light here, we have a 16512 and 16502. It's a both are passive sporadic coolant thermostat. Coolant temp below thermostat regulating temperature, which is a lie. This thermostat definitely is stuck closed. If anything, it'd be overheating, not cooling too much. So the thermostat wasn't bad. And then engine coolant temperature sensor 1 circuit high. Now, if we're lucky, it's not a wiring problem and it's just a bad sensor. So we're going to clear the diagnostic trouble codes right now. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes, I am. No faults detected. Now, it's time to fire it up and see if it still runs rough. But before we do that, my light is dying. I wanted to show you the condition of the timing belt, if you can even see it. Get this. There's the timing belt right there. I know the light's flickering, it's an LED, but we'll get away from the light here. Let me turn this light off, as a matter of fact, and see if you can see down in there. There is the timing belt, and it actually looks to be in pretty good shape. I don't see anything showing that it's been replaced, but the timing belt looks pretty good. I'm excited. Let's do it. So as of now, all codes are clear. Everything passes, no faults found, and I've been dragging it out long enough. We're gonna make sure I got no more tools sitting up here. Let's get in this bad boy and let's find out if she still has the rough idle. And it's not a constant rough idle. And if you notice, the codes show that it was sporadic, an intermittent problem. And that's the way the idle was. It would run fine sometimes, and sometimes it would just idle really bad, but you could still hit the gas and take off and it was just fine. And if you turn the air conditioning on, it typically ran almost perfect all of the time. So we got her in neutral, turn it on, make sure the glow plug light goes out. It did. She's ready to start. All right, sounded like it started up a little rough there. We'll give it a minute. We'll see how it does. I'm gonna let it sit here, guys. I'm not gonna bore you with it. I mean, it started up. We got no lights on the dash, at least right now, which is good news. It seems to be running okay. We're gonna let this thing get up to idle. We're gonna let this thing get up to operating temperature. We'll come back and take a look at it once this thing is warmed up some. We'll see how it goes. Well, Betsy's up to her old tricks again. It's not nearly as bad as it was. Coolant is holding, there's no leaks. It doesn't even leak any oil, and that's crazy with 200,000 miles on it. We are up to operating temperature. As you can see right there, we're sitting right at 190. And it's idling a tad bit rough. It's not anything like it was. Before, it was a really bad harsh, so it definitely has gotten a ton better. And maybe we need to go put some more gas in it. Remember, this thing has been sitting for years, and it had over half a tank of diesel. Like I said, I don't know if diesel goes bad or not like regular gas does, but maybe it just needs to have the gas run out of it. I've driven it 176 miles, and look, it does idle a little rough, but watch this. As soon as I tap the gas, clears right up. And here's the other interesting thing. All right, we'll let it go back to oh, the idle's a ton better, guys. This is way better than what it was. I mean, this thing used to jerk you out of the car almost. It was rough, but as soon as you tap the gas and clean up. But here's the other interesting thing. If you turn the AC on, listen to this. Did you hear that instant change? And the idle immediately dropped. Watch, I'll push the AC button. You can instantly hear it. And not, watch, I'll push it again and you'll hear it instantly change. Right there. That's the AC off. AC on. I don't understand why that is. And the AC does work. AC is ice cold. The heat is nice and hot. The temperature is holding steady. There's no oil leaks, no fluid leaks of any kind at all in this car. But it's still a beater. It's still a beater. You know, it's probably always going to be a beater. The windows work. Lights and signals work. It actually seems like it's getting better the longer it runs. It seems to be running a whole lot better. So we'll just, we'll drive it a little bit. The goal is to get this down to Mike today. That's the goal. The idea is to get this down to Weird Beard. I've done about everything I can for it within my financial capacity at this point in time. It is a solid running, driving car. Like I said, I've driven it almost 200 miles. It'll take another 50 miles to get it down to Mike, 50 miles. So it's a solid car. It's not perfect, but keep my eyes on all this here. Yeah, the cooling fans just kicked on. Oh, looks like I've got the air conditioning on. I meant to turn, yeah, I've got the AC on. I meant to turn that off. There we go. I don't want the cooling fans on. I want the car to warm up on its own. I want to verify the cooling fans are working properly, which I'm sure they are. Everything seems to be working pretty well on this. I'm happy with it. We'll have to go over the numbers and figure out what we got into it, but there's no warning lights on anymore. I think we're good. The coolant is holding. We'll put the cap back on it now, let it build up pressure. Just double and triple check for coolant leaks. There we go. And I guess now I can give you a proper walk around of what the car looks like with her new paint job. So here she is, ladies and gentlemen. New windshield, new paint job, detailed interior, new hubcaps. Damn airplanes. Oh, you gotta love living right next to the Air Force Base, right? My goodness. Yeah, get that sun out a little bit. Look at this, man. The paint is just... Let's see, maybe we can go from this direction. I'm trying to get the... I guess I can't get the reflection out of it. Yeah, look at that, though, man. Absolutely beautiful. Now, like I said, we didn't get the dings and dents taken care of. It's still got dings in it, hail dings and things like that. They're just a lot harder to see. But we got a few dings up here. There you go. I think you can kind of see that there. And the trunk's got the worst of it. The roof looks good. There's a few dings in there, but the trunk definitely has the worst of the dings over here and here and here. And I told him I wasn't worried about fixing it, man. This isn't a car I was looking to spend a lot of money on. What I wanted to do was show you guys what this would have been a $300 paint job, but because I wanted them to sand it properly, it came out to the $480, and that was total. Tax, fees, everything included, out the door, $480, and it took the car from looking like it did to looking like this. I think it looks pretty dang good, and I can't complain at all. In fact, I'll be taking the Outlander there in the near future and see what they can do with that. Here's how the interior came out. We'll open it up. The interior looks pretty good considering what it looked like when we first got it. It was very disgusting. The headliner still needs to be taken care of. But overall, no more shattered windshield. The car came a long way. The headliner is starting to come down, more so in the back than anywhere else. And this is something that someone could probably fix, but it's not going to be me. Like I said, it's not. I don't think it's ripped or anything. It's just the headliner is starting to fall in this general area. I could probably tuck it back up. I'll see if I can tuck it back up a little bit, make it look a little bit better. But there she is. That's it. 200,000 miles. I think we paid like $600 for it. We'll go over all the numbers here in just a minute, and we're going to send this thing down to Weird Beard, put it up for sale. I think I'm going to try to get 25 out of it. You know, that's what I want out of it, is 2,500. Send it down the road. We got other cars to work on, other things to do. All right, so I just added everything up, and basically we didn't really have, I mean, we got quite a bit in it considering what we're selling it for. The profit margin's just not there, which is sad, but thankfully you guys watching this video really helped contribute to making these cars possible and putting them back on the road and giving them good homes to people that could use a good, solid, reliable car. We purchased the gallon of antifreeze, we purchased the thermostat, the housing assembly, we purchased the coolant temp sensor, we did the detail, which was like $88, the hubcaps and the little center stickers, we did the paint job, which was $480. By the time it's all said and done, after getting the tags done and the title transferred, all that stuff, total out the door, $1,776.29. Now, that's a lot of money to have invested into a car that I'm hoping to get $2,500 out of. Like I said, not going to be a lot of room for profit on this car, but fingers crossed this thing will bring $2,500. I think we can get it down to Weird Beard. I mean, I don't know what day it is for you guys. These videos are kind of sporadic how they come out, but for me, it is Friday. I'd like to get it down there today, send them some pictures, and hope that it sells this weekend. There was also somebody, a subscriber, that was interested in it at $2,500. I don't know if they're going to be interested in it or not, but I'm going to let them know that it's going up for sale. And if they're interested, you know, they can absolutely check it out. With that said, I'm done. That's it. I know we could polish the headlights. I know there's lots of little other things that we could do to it. We're not doing it. I'm already into it as much as I'm willing to go into it. Hopefully you guys can understand that. I'm at almost $1,800 in, hoping to get $2,500 out of it. That's a $700 profit. Not that great, but I thought you guys would truly enjoy seeing that Maaco paint job. And $480. The car came out great. It's not perfect, but it came out great. And that paint job was absolutely worth it. Just to see what a cheap Maaco paint job looks like. And it may be cheap in price, but it actually looks really good in person. I'm really impressed. So big shout out to, I believe his name was Paul. I don't have the paper sitting here, but I believe his name was Paul over at Maaco off of I-240 here in Oklahoma City. Amazing work. Amazing work. I'm totally happy. I'm going to bring you more business. Believe that. So much easier to just take a car, send it to Maaco, have it painted, and it comes out looking good. Easier to sell. Could we have sold the Volkswagen without the paint job? Absolutely we could have. But it was worth it for video content. And I think the new owner is going to appreciate it. It's not a perfect car, but it definitely looks decent. It drives decent. What else do you want? Cold air conditioning, hot heat. It doesn't overheat. It doesn't leak any fluids. It's a solid car for $2,500. So comment below, tell me what you think. Do you think the car is worth $2,500? Some of you are going to think it's worth less. Some of you are going to think it's worth more. That's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I do believe it should bring around $2,500, and honestly, I really need it to bring $2,500 so we can actually come back and say we made a profit on it. With that being said, what was that? The Chevy TrailBlazer sold. It's actually sold on Tuesday. So that Tuesday would be, hold on a second. It sold, I don't know what day you guys are going to see this. So it actually sold on the 28th of May. And it sold for $2,400. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, we did nothing to that SUV. We bought it from Copart. We bought it for $550. I think it was like $860 or something like that out the door. And we sold it for $24. We didn't put gas in it. We didn't fix anything. We didn't detail it. We didn't even give it a bath. Didn't wash it, nothing. Literally bought it from Copart, rebuilt the title, and the same day sent it down to Weird Beard, and it sold literally 1 week later. Gone. $2,400 just like that. That was a nice, decent, healthy profit for a vehicle that I wanted to show you guys. The reason I didn't do anything to it, I just wanted to show you it can be done. And I wanted to show you, I still got it, man. What are you talking about? The people out there talking about, I don't know what I'm doing. Look, if I want a flip car, a quick, easy flip, a moneymaker, I can find them all day long, and we'll continue looking for those deals, all right? I'll try to keep the channel going with some of that in between, along with some of these repair videos. We'll try to just keep everything rolling, all right? I'll do the best I can, but what a great profit. So big shout out to Mike down there at Weird Beard Auto Sales. Weird Beard on YouTube, go check him out. $2,400 for a vehicle that we won the bid on for $550 and did nothing to it at all. All right, so the out-the-door price of the TrailBlazer was $810. We paid $20 for the rebuilt title and to put a plate on it and get tags and everything. So $830. We sold it for $2,400, guys. You're talking about a $1,570 profit like that. No real work involved. Just found it, bought it, sent it, sold it, collected the cash. All right, that's going to be it. Leave your comments below. Please like this video if you enjoyed the content. Consider subscribing if you're not currently a subscriber. Check me out on Instagram. Trying to grow my Instagram account. I got almost 10,000 followers. We're getting real close. So hit me up on Instagram at Auto Auction Rebuilds. I'm going to get out of here. Stay safe out there, everybody. We will catch you all very soon in the next one.